Like they were able to program the kids to be good, but they couldn't. They didn't like plan for like hormones and shit. Oh crap! None of this was recorded. Oh, okay. Now we're recording.
Oh, we're on.
What was that? Not the, I remember the faculty one. That was a good one.
That was the alien. That was the throwback to like the 50s. But
there was another one. I got. Oh God.
See, this is where if we were actually live, we'd have a live feed, and someone would just like.
Yeah, hold on. I got this. Surprisingly, I've gotten very good at just Googling, like typing in a random phrase and finding out what I want.
Yeah, it's almost like your phone has an algorithm for you. But that doesn't happen. Students. Or is that open common knowledge now? I don't even know. Is it supposed? Yeah, but is it supposed to be? That's the thing. Yeah, no one knows. I'm talking to the wall.
Not upgrade.
What?
No.
Oh, the kids. Where kids had behavior chips or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Behavior chips for kids. Let's see. It's gonna bring me up to like. Let's just Google behavior chips for kids. Oh, chips for kids. No. Behavior chips for kids. Oh, caught being good coins. That's way the fuck off. Chips for good behavior. All right, wait. Behavior microchips for kids. Buying child tracking chip implant. What? That's on Amazon. Of course it is. Why the fuck not? Tag him, tag her, hug him, love him. That's fucking creepy. Wait a minute. This is from NPR. Let's take a look. This is an article from 10 years ago. Oh. And David Edgar's Traffic new novel. This has nothing to fucking do with what we're going to talk about today, but The Circle, set a California computer company, a cult of connection is slowly taking over the United States and spreading among the globe, blah, blah, blah. Invasive technology is cast, and the new technology, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if this is... Days after finishing the book, I read about a new tech trend that made me question whether Edgar's visions is as far removed from our reality as I first thought. This is from 10 years ago. Well, from the future, I'm going to tell you right now, no, it's not that far removed. Because now, in 2023, we do have something called Neuralink, and Elon's working on it to make it mass-produced for all of us, to have this in here.
Disturbing behavior.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
With the blue ribbons.
As I just hit myself in my head with my phone.
With the blue...
Disturbing behavior.
With the blue ribbons.
I think I heard about that.
Basically, it's got Mila Kunis. Not what
Mila
was the
Kunis?
girl? No, what was? Hold on. What was the girl that was like married to Tom Cruise and kind of like?
Oh, Katie
Holmes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
Didn't she divorce him because she was crazy in Scientology? And she's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. She basically took.
She did herself a favor.
She basically kidnapped her own kid and ran away.
I mean, wouldn't you, if you were married to Tom Cruise?
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to be converted into Scientology. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched that one though.
Yeah, Disturbing Behavior. It's a good movie.
I don't think so.
Basically,
maybe one of those movies where I didn't think I watched it and I actually did.
Basically,
like Joe Dirt 2.
Like the main character's brother commits suicide, and they move into this town where there's like this clique, the Blue Ribbons they call them, and they're like model students, who unfortunately, because they get these implants, these chip implants that makes them behave.
What year was this movie out?
It's just
you didn't just look at it when you were watching.
No.
Oh my god!
All I saw was hot-looking chicks.
What kind of journalist are you? Hot-looking chicks.
1998.
All right, I was gonna say because the faculty was the same year.
Yeah.
And just the idea of it, probably it sounds like it was like late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, but
speaking of the faculty. Yeah, that's like with the one with the swimming pool scene.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And the girl goes in there, and then she jumps in the water and comes out as like this giant thing or whatever.
Yep.
You see like the silhouette of the alien thing.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
And what's his face runs fucking. Who is it? Who is the kid that starred in that movie? I don't know. He runs behind the bleachers. The giant thing was chasing him behind the bleachers.
Josh Hartnett, Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Frodo. Frodo was being attacked by an alien before
What's
he
sad
went
is
through Middle Earth.
That guy will never, ever be known for anything. It's just like Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Those guys will never...
Well, same thing as... What? Oh, no, he was in Batman, though.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. So...
But here's the thing. He was actually in...
Some things that nobody fucking cared about before. I know.
No, actually, he did one movie called Remember Me.
Nope, I don't. And that's my point.
It's a 9/11 movie.
Oh.
It's actually... It's got Pierce Brosnan in it.
Oh, James
Pierce
Bond.
Brosnan. How do you say his last name?
James Bond.
Pierce Brosnan?
I believe so.
Brosnan?
Jesus. You're all over that shit today.
This is the episode where you start the drinking game where how many times does Charlie touch his phone? But not his penis.
I feel like a fucking douchebag with my hat
Brosnan.
like
I know,
this.
so do I. I'm fucking hating it. Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan?
Brosnan.
M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U.
M-O-U-S-E.
This fucking intro is just a bunch of bullshit.
It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake
Oh
up.
my god. I used to absolutely hate that band until
Really?
recently, the last few years.
Can we please turn our hats back around?
There was nope.
Fuck.
Due to that, if we turn our hats back around, we have to buy mullet wigs and wear them
No.
for the entire next
Ah,
show.
fuck.
So
I'll rock this.
We can turn our hats back around, but I know how much you like the moulet, so I can
We'll rock this. I'm fine.
get a couple moulets.
I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah. What was I talking about before that? I was singing the Mickey Mouse Club theme, and then
M-S-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
I don't know. Whatever I was talking about. There's no way to segue, so.
I got a masker tool for you.
Yeah. I said that like I was actually interested.
That would explain a few things.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, what else? You know what time it is. Just keep on rolling, baby.
You know what time it is.
Oh my god.
I see.
Speaking of which,
The Undertaker's theme.
because I made this joke at work today.
2001, 2,
And,
something like that.
I go, yeah, you know what time it is. He goes, we came here. What the fuck?
God, we look like we're fucking stuck in 2002 or something. Just fucking stupid.
All we need is some Janko jeans.
No one's gonna. No one's gonna No one takes us seriously. But no one's really gonna take us seriously.
Seriously? Stupid.
This is fucking stupid.
But stuff. We just
But
gonna,
stuff.
we got to do it. You know what? We should really like go through and watch all of our podcasts again and just pick out catchphrases and just do a whole episode. Butt stuff. Seriously, stupid. No, but are you really?
let me ask you this.
Or gotta go. Oh fuck.
All I do is fucking segue bullshit. And there's no way to segue this. So I'm just going to say this.
Hold on. Let me see the topic. Oh, okay. I can segue this.
All right, go
No
ahead.
problem. Because when you stop and think about it, everything we've done.
When you stop and think about it, there's a catchphase. When you stop and think about it.
When you stop and think about it.
Stop and think about it.
Everything we've
We need to
done.
make t-shirts. When you stop and think about it. And people are going to be like, the fuck? You stop and think about what?
Everything we've done has been caught on camera.
Oh, God.
I mean, if that can't get us in trouble, Do we know anybody else that's been caught on?
Was it caught on camera 17 times? Because apparently Joe and Hunter Biden were recordings anyway.
Doing stepdad stuff.
The fuck?
For those of you at home, just go to the hub.
You're the best stepbrother ever.
Oh, wait, you know that song?
That's fucking disgusting.
Hold on, really quick. You know that song? So there you go. Oh, can't make a wife out of a hoe. No, I'm sorry. Hold on, really quick. Sorry, people. We're gonna do a little. Yes, we're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to this.
This is really sloppy fucking.
Hold on. You've heard this song.
Well, I just used that segue, but now we got a break. It's so the clip.
Here we go. Here we go. I know you've heard this song.
Only $1.38. Shop on Temu now.
Oh, what a fag.
You can't. Oh, I guess you can say it.
College was college, all right?
College is a different time.
Here we go.
I've never heard it.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
But, of course, TikTok and the wonder that it is, there's a bunch of girls that'll sit there and, like, make motions with these.
TikTok's pissing me off because lately, in like the last few shows, I'll upload something and literally the fucking views, the like ratio is sky high. Shared, favorite videos saved to favorites. It fucking, like, the views go here, like, real quick and just stop at like 230, 250. Like, and it's been that way for over. It was a shadow ban is usually about 2 weeks. Yeah. It's been that way over a month. Like, I'll upload a video, like, and just stop.
Plateau, yeah.
I'm like,
I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm gonna go.
It drives me nuts.
I'm gonna go through the podcast.
It's like, I'm sorry. I talk about fucking, especially in the last
and
few,
share and repost everything,
like maps and shit like that. And I can't put pedos. You have to put maps because pedos will not, the tag or the hashtag will not show up at all.
Oh, of course not. I thought you meant like it's a trigger word where, like, you know, when
technically, yeah,
curiously obvious viral infectious diseases that if you get the wrong message received negatively, adamantly, yeah, you know, you can get banned for misinformation.
Yeah. But you can, like I said, on YouTube anyway, you can deny the 2020 election now. They took that out of their terms and conditions. And we're way by that, but I don't know. Yeah, but there's
that's like a week before your 18th birthday, your dad pops back in your life. Hey, son, you want to go play catch?
You're a little late.
Sure.
Joe Dirt. So we left him. Well, look at him now.
He's doing fine. Hey.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched that movie. It kind of made me upset. We're never gonna get to this point. It kind of made me upset. I'm like, man, that's Bert from, or not Bert. That's Earl. It's Earl from Tremors.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was caught on camera doing some things too.
Oh yeah.
That's why they came up with the name Tremor.
Like convulsions. What'd you do to Valentine? Poor Kevin Bacon.
So back to caught on camera.
A top Senate Republican. Did I read that? Yeah, I did.
No, you haven't read anything.
Oh, Joe and Hunter Biden caught on 17 recordings with Burisma owner.
Yep.
Grassley reveals FBI form says. A top Senate Republican revealed Monday that an FBI informant said the Ukrainian oligarch involved in an alleged criminal bribery scheme with Joe and Hunter Biden also claimed to have 17 recordings of his conversations with the president and his son.
Yeah, they were kept for insurance purposes.
Right. Yeah, by Burisma.
By Burisma, yep.
As a just in case, yeah. Not insurance as in like insurance, but insurance is in,
you know,
the rich person insurance.
I make jokes. You know, people will make jokes like, "Oh, mafia, mobsters, organized crime," and I'm like, the mafia doesn't exist anymore. But organized crime, we
had a whole discussion on that before.
Organized crime, oh yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I mean,
the mafia as it was doesn't.
No,
the mafia just morphed into something that's right out in the open, not in the open.
But it's not mafia.
Which I guess you could say. That's what it was before.
But organized crime.
Yeah.
I mean, bribes, quid pro quo, this for that kind of shit. You know, that's a form of organized criminal activity.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're a political placeholder.
Yeah. And you're taking $5 million, evidently. Allegedly. Senator Chuck Grassley revealed on the Senate floor that a largely redacted version of the Bureau's FD 1023 confidential human source form said that the foreign national who allegedly bribed Joe and Hunter Biden allegedly has recordings of his conversations with them, 17 such recordings. The Republican senator said these recordings were allegedly kept as a sort of insurance policy as the foreign national in case he got into a tight spot.
Like, because, yeah, of course. You know what's fucked up? What are we coming up on?
The elections the election cycle starting really next year. Well, I guess you could say it's already started, but.
Burismo? Smart. This shit suddenly leaks before the election cycle starts. 6 months, not even 6 months before the election cycle is going to start. Because the only person who this leverage will hold up against, there's a good chance he might not be in office again next term.
You know what's funny? You mentioned that. There was an audio, or not an audio, it was text, like ChatGPT. They were talking about AI conversation. They asked them who's going to win the 2024 election, and they said they were using the year 2023, and they said in November of 2023 that the president of the United States will be Joe Biden. He'll end up winning, going against Donald Trump, and I think the only one who was mentioned was Donald Trump. And then the person talking to the AI robot was like, but it's 2023 now, the election's not the 2024, and the AI corrected itself and said, I'm sorry, in 2024 Joe Biden will end up winning the election. maybe AI just knows better, but like
or is programmed to say the right things.
Yeah, like
or the wrong things, however you want to take it.
Like I said, and I'm half serious when I say it. I say Joe Biden will end up winning. It'll just happen, especially because now all the polls are favoring Trump, and I just foresee an inverse or a reverse of 2016, where all the polls are showing Hillary winning, and all that, and it'll end up all the pollsters will show Trump. Trump's like ahead Joe Biden. He's ahead his in the primaries, Republican primary, by double digits, like anywhere between 20 and I think the highest one I saw was like 46 or 51 or somewhere around there. I know 46 definitely won, but it might have been 51 percentage points, like just way ahead of everybody. But he's ahead on just about every poll. He's ahead of Biden by 5 points, 7 points, like significant. And I see all that, and I have this weird gut feeling that like this is going to be the complete opposite, and Biden will end up winning, and everyone on the right will scream foul, and everyone on the left will go, well, the same thing happened in 2016. Like, no one saw that coming, and somehow Trump got in. So you really can't complain because you were saying the same thing way back then. Like, well, it's just, everyone voted the way they voted. It's a weird gut feeling. Might not be on at all. I might be completely wrong. But usually when I get a gut feeling like that, like I was like,
Biden, Trump, DeSantis, whoever else is going to run, I think we're past that point where we can almost this country's dug itself into a hole, and I think we're just about past that point where we can't reach up and grab up and climb out.
Yeah, we need a ladder. And also another thing, I'm kind of skittish about everyone putting all their eggs in a basket in Trump, because I think we're building him up to be some ridiculous level of savior. Like if he doesn't do everything he's saying he wants to do. Which, like, to be honest, like, he wants to, like, drain the swamp, like he said before, but kind of now he's, like, in a vengeance mode where he wants to go in and fire the complete and just obliterate the deep state. I feel like if he only goes halfway with that, which is amazing if he did that, but even if he does that, it's almost going to feel like a failure, like a letdown, Because I think everyone's waiting for him to go in and be a true bull in a china shop and just get rid of the entire deep state. Which, to me, that's like going up with a huge rock to a muddy puddle, throwing the rock in there, and all the water goes out for a split second, but it's all going to go back in and just pull new dirt into that puddle, so you just have the same muddy puddle again, just different faces.
You do.
And I just don't... I worry about everyone putting him up on that high of a pedestal. I'm like, man, you're putting a lot on the shoulders of one person. And I don't care who you are.
That's his job. Regardless if it's Biden, Trump, let's go backwards, Bush.
It is his
Biden,
job.
Bush, Clinton, take your pick.
It's their job, but the problem is like corruption and whatnot is so deep in the government. It's like I just don't see one person going in and clearing house. Maybe you will. I just don't. I think everyone's putting all their chips on one person. Like, man, you're setting
Black
yourself
to win.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure. Could it happen? Sure. Will it? I'm not willing to take that bet.
Honestly, could things get any worse? And before
yes.
you answer,
Go ahead.
could things get any worse? And before you say that, just think of how much we've watched things drop. Would it surprise us if things got worse to the point where we can't be fixed, but we already knew it was coming? At that point, it's really not getting worse. It's we saw it coming.
I don't think we're beyond fixing, but boy, we're teetering.
No, that's what I meant. Like we get to that point where we can't be fixed.
All right.
I'm not saying we're at the point now. Like I said in the beginning, I think we're at that point where this country is being dug into a hole, and it's like we're at the point where we're almost just out of reach of being able to grab the ledge and climb out.
You know what's bizarre is there's so many like communist red flags, I guess, for lack of a better term, and there's so many people that like the pedo thing, maybe where they just don't want to see it, or they just somehow don't see it, and I'm like, man,
you have to be one ignorant person to not see a lot of this.
And you know what's bizarre to me is like the extreme left calls Republicans and moreover conservatives fascist. I'm like, how would they? And they call Trump fascist too. And I think the best example for Trump not being fascist is during the Summer of Love, during all the riots in 2020.
Oh yeah.
When everyone is pressuring him to send in the military to take control of Chaz out in Seattle, I think it was. When Antifa took over those few city blocks there, and it's like, this is our own autonomous zone, and he refused to do it. Like, if he was a fascist, the military would have been in there before anybody said anything.
That shit right out.
Like, fascism is like complete military government control, and it's like, listen, we're going to use the military as a branch of our government to get what we want. Like that was complete polar opposite of fascism.
Yeah.
If he was true fascism, he would be very much on board of getting rid of the Second Amendment. Like, that's fascism. If he was fascism, it's like, this is the government education system. This is what you follow. Anything else outside of that, parents, you can fuck off. Like, that's kind of fascism. And by that, I mean it is. And he's not that. So every time I hear that, it's like, well, Trump's a fascist. I'm like, where?
No, I didn't see it. But yeah.
Mykola Slavchevsky, the Ukrainian owner of Burisma, was the foreign national involved in the alleged criminal bribery scheme. Detailed in the FBI form, Slavchevsky referred to Joe Biden as the big guy, and that's been all over the news for months now, during a conversation several years before the June 2020 date of the Bureau document. According to the sources familiar with the FBI record who described its contents. Yeah.
Just, can you imagine? I mean, how do you think Nixon felt during Watergate? Imagine
I'm not a crook.
Imagine a lot of this comes to light to be true, and like he gets, for lack of a better phrase, nailed to the wall.
For a lot of these things that's been out in the last few years, for the longest time, especially after we started doing the show, like the new version, this version of it, I'd always read something and be like, well, hold on, let's wait before we jump on this train. And we'd talk about it and I'd be like, take this with a grain of salt, take this with a grain of salt, take this with a grain of salt. Because I didn't want to be one of these people that just read something and because it was on my side of the aisle, be like, it's got to be true, and just run with it. And like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But the more we just take it with a grain of salt and wait for more and more to come out, the more shit comes out, and be like, man, it's almost like you can just do just that, and news like this comes out and be like, probably going to be true. So you can almost just run with it because it's probably going to be true.
Not wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
DeSantis is using AI images to knock Trump. I said
DeSantis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's using. He had this. This message is approved by one of those election trail fucking advertisements, and he's running with. He had a slew of different photos and stills while he's talking over it, and he's got some clip from a movie that was. Oh no, that was Trump. That's something different. No, this one is DeSantis talking over it. And there's a bunch of photographs like clipped together, like quickly, like running through them. And there's a couple of pictures there, which is an AI shot image of like Donald Trump hugging Anthony Fauci, because that's the angle that Ron DeSantis is running with. But if you freeze the image on that, you can see that Donald Trump's one arm is like 3 feet longer than the other one. Like you can tell it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely an AI image.
I want to see this.
And when people started calling out DeSantis for using AI images, because it's done well, and they just kind of shuffled it in with a bunch of regular images that were real. That's what we were talking about before. It's like, boy, how long is it going to be until stuff like this is used in the political campaigns and on the political trail? They start using these images to be like, oh, well, look what Trump was doing. He's hugging Hitler. Isn't Hitler dead? I'm like, oh, no. Did you find it?
I think I typed knock by accident, as in like bow knock.
Oh.
That's weird. Videos. Donald Trump trolls DeSantis following announcement failure. Trump goes after DeSantis.
Oh yeah. No.
Ad attack on DeSantis. Brilliant and disgusting new Trump ad post from DeSantis.
No, DeSantis AI images.
All right, I'll type that.
Yeah. DeSantis AI images knocking Trump.
AI
Try that.
images knocking.
But as soon as DeSantis, his team is called out on using automated or AI generated images for his campaign that's knocking Trump, automatically his constituents, his base of voters, almost starts acting. Is that it?
I don't know.
So a lot of people ask me that question, and I did it right, because if you do fire him, you're going to have a firestorm on the left again. Why did you feel unable to fire Fauci? First of all, you're not allowed to. Every time he goes on television, there's always a bomb, but there's a bigger bomb if you fire him. Right?
I mean, yeah, that's his hand. I don't know. That's weird. It's weird.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
If you fire him. Frankly, you can't win that one. If I would have done it, I would have taken heat.
Yeah, it's like pictures of him kissing Anthony Fauci.
Yeah. That's fucking weird.
I guess the whole thing was taken from Trump hugging the American flag, and then it was more photoshopped.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's an AI image. But so already on the campaign trail, we got AI images being used. But how long before it's like audio and video is used?
I can't wait to see the Trump Daniels AI video.
It's got to be out there already.
It's gonna be.
You know it's on the
it's gonna
hub
be
already.
Mario whipping a toadstool out of his pants.
It's gonna with the line from Blazing Saddles. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Will somebody help that poor man? Oh my god, that's a good movie.
You know who needed help
Who needed
in his cell? Jane Doe #1 survivor.
Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Wait. What was the football player?
Oh, Jeffrey Epstein.
He
He played for that team, you know, on the island.
You know, the youth league.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He sure trained his tight ends. Wow, it's fucked. Oh my god. And it's a play on words for you at home, you know, because some people refer to it as a train. Keep going, though.
All right. JP Morgan, you remember the whole thing with Epstein tied? We covered this probably a couple months ago, 2-3 months ago at this point. Actually, probably more than that, but JP Morgan was involved with Epstein. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess Epstein survivors secure a $290 million settlement with JP Morgan Chase. Jane Doe #1, a survivor of Jeffrey Epstein's sex crimes, who accused JP Morgan and Chase of facilitating the disgraced billionaire's abuse of dozens of girls and young women, has reached a settlement with the bank on behalf of herself and other victims. The bank will pay $290 million as part of a settlement, according to David Boy's attorney for the plaintiffs. Quote, "It is, I think, an object lesson of how much further we need to go as a society to really implement the rule of law, not just for the rich and powerful, but for the weak and vulnerable." The lawsuit is one of several targeting banks who serviced Epstein's financial dealings for years, even after it emerged in 2006 that Epstein was using his wealth to exploit minors and young women. Last month, Dutch Bank agreed to a $75 million settlement in a similar case. Oh, more banks are involved.
Jesus Christ.
News of the JP Morgan settlement emerged on Monday, the same day a federal judge granted class action status to a lawsuit saying the number of plaintiffs involved could be well over 100 people. You know, if they include everyone that was
$2.9 million a person.
If they include everyone that was involved, everyone's going to get like $38.
He had a lot of children in his program.
Yeah. It's kind of like, actually, I'm not even going to say that because people are going to take it like I'm blaming them for it. It's like that Park of Dreams for stickball. Just over that way, about a half hour. For all the youths that go up there and play during the summer. I'm going to let that stew for a while.
The batting cages?
Yeah, it's up that way. Park of Dreams. But just flip the name a little bit. Your producer's kind of lost too.
Park of Dreams.
Wait a minute. It's got to be your ass.
If you flip that, it's Dream of Parks.
Rosa Parks.
What was it? Parks was a map? No wonder she didn't want us in the back of the bus.
Speaking of maps.
That's where all the seniors sat. Wow, this episode just got us canceled.
Really fucking dark. I wasn't a racist joke.
She wasn't really fucking trying to fight for black rights. She was trying to sit next to the kindergartners. Rosa, where's your hands? I don't want to show them.
And that is, never mind. That just took a fucking weird turn.
That bit gets cut out and we go on Rumble for that one.
Yeah. Pizzagate seems to be real.
Pizzagate?
Yeah. So I said, speaking of maps. Remember Pizzagate? Pizzagate. Okay, well, first off, let's go. It's a good thing I did this. I'll give you a quick.
Was that the one about the code lingo being used?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pizzagate is a conspiracy theory that went viral during the 2016 United States presidential election cycle. It has been
It was like
extensively discredited by a wide range of organizations, including the Washington, D.C. police, never mind.
yeah.
In March 2016, the personal email account of John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chair, was hacked in a phishing attack. WikiLeaks published his emails in November 2016. Proponents of the Pizzagate conspiracy theory falsely claimed the emails contained coded messages that connected several high-ranking Democratic Party officials in U.S. restaurants with an alleged human trafficking and child sex ring. One of the establishments allegedly involved was a Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria in Washington, D.C. Okay, that's enough of that. So that's what Pizzagate was, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put the title as Pizzagate seems real.
Yeah.
From Patriot and Liberty, Pizzagate is real. Wall Street Journal uncovers massive pedophile ring on Instagram, which we mentioned last week,
yep.
using pizza code words. Wall Street Journal and researchers at Stanford University and the University of Massachusetts Amherst conducted a large-scale investigation on Instagram's algorithm and found that not only does Instagram host pedophile content, it specifically sells access to child rape to pedophiles using Pizzagate code words. That's the article from the Wall Street Journal.
Jesus.
Let me see.
But if I remember, correct my history if need be, but weren't they talking about, like, even before Trump, the 2016 election, they were talking about code and lingo, like hot dog parties, like $20,000 hot
that
dogs?
was, I don't remember the year of that. We talked about that before, too.
It was during the Obama administration.
I think I sent that to you.
Yeah.
I know I came across it. That one is I actually did some journalism for, like I did my own research for that one. What? You okay?
Hmm?
Oh,
Producer feeds me.
I see. Apparently, there were menus, Instagram accounts offering to sell illicit sex material generally don't publish it openly, instead posting menus of content. Certain accounts invite buyers to commission specific acts. Some menus include prices for videos of children harming themselves and an imagery of the minor performing sexual acts with animals, researchers at the Stanford Internet Observatory found. At the right price, children are available for in-person meetups. All right. Well, we talked about this before with Ryan Montgomery, who's talking about things they would say to mask what they were doing. The pedophilic accounts on Instagram mix brassness with superficial efforts to veil their activity, researchers found. Certain emojis function as a kind of code, such as an image of a map, shorthand for minor attracted person, or one of cheese pizza, which shares its initials with child pornography. I think I have to censor that on YouTube because they get all, even if you're trying to bring awareness, but the internet. Many declare themselves lovers of the little things in life. So again, specifically, Pizzagate centered around restaurants, pizza places, but full circle, go back, 7 years in the future now?
Like a pizza.
Yeah, they're using... yeah, I guess so. Cheese pizza has become like the thing to say. Even if you're like, not this menu thing, but I see people on social media all the time talking about this topic, and instead of saying child porn, they say cheese pizza. specifically for the reason they don't want to get censored.
Yeah.
Which that drives me nuts, because if you're like we're doing here, talking about something, putting it out there for awareness.
Yeah.
If you say it, you're getting in trouble. I'm like, why?
So the fact that, so basically, I just want to run something by you. Basically, if I was to make a statement, child pornography is bad, and anyone who is in possession of child pornography should be arrested, convicted, and go to jail.
Right.
That sentence could get us banned, or get the video stricken.
It may be taken down, maybe a strike, anything like that. Maybe.
So then I shouldn't be allowed to say war crimes are bad. I shouldn't be able to say embezzling money is bad.
Rape.
Because rape is bad. Slavery is bad.
Actually, I
racism
think
is bad.
rape is another one is one of those like scary words. Like, I think I'm just gonna put this whole fucking segment on just to we'll see.
Do 2 videos. This segment by itself, and then do the video, but with this segment censored.
Right.
And let's see what happens.
Right. Parent company Meta Platforms told the Wall Street Journal it acknowledged problems within its enforcement of content violation rules, but assured the paper it already took down 27 pedophile networks with more on the way. What's the over-under that Meta has something to do with it?
If I had to put money on it, I almost want to say there's... Hold on one second, sorry.
Now, would strictly be Meta and Google and whoever the fuck else. This is strictly just hearsay and speculation, not blaming anybody.
You know what? I don't want to say Meta is a part of it. How much you want to bet? You remember the sleeper cell theory?
For
implants during the Cold War.
Oh, okay.
Basically, plant these people in these
I
organizations.
had COVID on the mind, so I was like,
basically plant these people in these organizations, in these businesses,
Yeah.
in this. To
that's basically, yeah.
How much you want to bet?
Which part of me thinks that's why we are where we are now. But
how much you want to bet? There may be someone in the background of the Meta employment who is, well, I know everything there is to know about this company, so I can get away with it because they won't catch me. I know how to hide it.
Well, that, and like we were talking about last week, all these groups like this riding the coattails of LGBT and trying to push the whole narrative to the forefront of like, we should be accepted too. I mean, really, there's your sleeper cell. We should be accepted too because we're part of the alienated and marginalized groups here, and a lot of those groups are like,
No, what I'm saying is, you're
talking about just normalizing it for the company.
No, there's somebody like who better. No, the company. Let's say the company doesn't know.
Oh, so okay, yeah.
But one of their employees who, let's say, does their programming, does their coding, does their security,
right,
does this, does that. It's like a bank. It's like a bank robber who works for the bank.
Right.
He knows the ins and the outs. The bank doesn't know he's going to rob them, but he does, and he knows how to get away with it.
Right.
That's what I think might be going on.
I mean, maybe. I mean, you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so it's possible. Just like Fox News promoting glory holes and child sterilization to their employees of all news facets. Leaked document. This is from Matt Walsh.
I would.
And I really.
Oh my God, Matt Walsh, really?
Yeah, and I really don't think Matt Walsh is going to put something out there that discredits him.
No,
because he's really one of the top guys right now, and like.
Oh yeah.
Matt Walsh revealed that Fox Corp, parent company of Fox News, is encouraging employees to celebrate Pride Month in an all things LGBTQIA+, by giving money to groups that encourage...
plus?
Yeah, don't ask me, I don't know.
Continue.
Okay, that give money to groups that encourage sex changes for minors, reading books by trans activists, including books about children changing gender, gay erotica, and sharing children books about gender transition with their children, and to attend activist pride events.
I know what it means.
Before you go on there, see if you can find an entire list of the entire community. Because it's plus. What's the plus?
Well, really quick.
All right.
Minus the plus. LGBTIQA. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, queer questioning, asexual. Now, entire list of communities within LGBT. Okay.
It says the Trevor Project outright encourages minors to transition gender and offers all kinds of resources for kids and teens seeking to do this. They are big on secrecy too, offering a quick exit button on their site so that if kids are interrupted by an adult during their exploration of the site, they can get away fast with no trace. When a teen is looking for info about detransitioning, the Trevor Project offers absolutely no resources.
The plus holds space for the expanding and new understanding of different parts of the very diverse gender and sexual identities.
So basically, it's just a placeholder for all the new ones that are coming in.
Yep. Oh, hold on a second. LGBTQIA plus 101.
They have a class? Of course they do.
Apparently.
And it's above every other class in the United States as of right now. And not even because it's Pride Month.
Question: Are there other identities? Question: Are there other identities that aren't represented by the acronym? The answer: yes! Exclamation point. There are many ways that people can identify and are vital to the community. Identities like pansexual, agendered, demisexual, whatever that means, and many others can and
Like
do.
half sexual?
I don't
Like
know.
a demigod?
They only have sex with gods. Oh, fucking great! Percy Jackson, here we go. Nobody's stealing my lightning. Fucking thief. Please use our split attraction model guide for understanding of how attraction can be identified as romantic and or sexual.
That sounds like fucking MAPS bullshit. Walsh detailed the proclivities of the other charitable groups. The Ali Forney Center, which Fox praises for rescuing homeless LGBT youth, appears to admit on Twitter and its website that it injects these homeless young people with cross-sex hormones, which are known to cause sterilization. This sounds like 1940s fucking government, was it experiment bullshit?
Like you said, it's just more out there. Organized crime.
Yeah.
You're right. The mafia is gone. It doesn't exist. Crime is crime. It's just more out in the open.
Right. I mean, you know what's funny to me? And I can't remember where I heard this, but I'm like, that's a good point. This is an argument between a conservative and a neo-lib. They were talking about abortion and how abortion up to delivery should be okay. And they said, so the argument was brought up, is it okay for someone who is pregnant to do heroin or some kind of hard drug during the pregnancy? And they said no. And they asked them why. Said it's dangerous for the baby. And the neolib didn't catch on to this argument at all. And the conservative goes, hold on. It's dangerous for the kid while the mother's pregnant holding the baby to do drugs because it can kill the kid. But
I'm listening.
logic.
I'm still confused.
And that literally, and I watched it, and you could see that the two sides, the two angles were not connecting in their head. And just watching that is frustrating.
Oh, fuck yeah, bud. I mean,
Employees are encouraged to expand their perspective by reading books by trans activists, including a memoir titled Fairest, about a precocious boy who would grow up to become a woman.
precocious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Walsh reports. And this book explains what a glory hole is. A glory hole, the book reads, is an opening drilled into the side of a restroom stall. You slide your cock through, and someone on the other side gives you head. This is in the book. There are graphic depictions of additional sex acts as well. Other books feature gay erotica so that employees can truly celebrate pride.
The only way I would believe...
How in the... Go ahead.
The only way I'd be willing... No, not believe. The only way I'd be willing to read that memoir is if in the actual... In the actual book, it's going from the person's point of view that's going to be on the giving part. No, the sucking part of the glory hole. And as he thrusts his member through the hole, and it spells...
It's an audio... It's
the fuck am I reading?
It's an audio book.
Open it up. It's the first page.
What is this? Fucking Jumanji? You open it up and like, oh,
Ski.
damn it.
Did it just give me $20? Oh, look, there's a cigarette and a lighter in the back. Here you go, you dirty whore. Go home and relax. Okay. Buck says, stop crying, you bitch. What the fuck? Fuck you, Buck. Oh, now I'm arguing with a Buck. Fuck you, Buck.
Going along with the whole Fox thing, transgender activists no longer welcome at White House after going topless at Biden event. And you know, it's... Before I... Well, I'll just go into it.
They sure did. Without a shirt on.
That's right. Transgender advocate Rose Montoya is no longer welcome at White House events after posting on social media a video of herself and two others going topless for a time at Saturday's Pride Month celebration on the South Lawn. Quote, "The behavior was simply unacceptable," White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Tuesday. "It was unfair to the hundreds of attendees who were there to celebrate with their families." You know what's interesting about this? Is here, like, Joe Biden and his administration are really on board with the pride thing, really on board with pretty much everyone doing all this stuff. Now, the administration has come out and denounced this person for going topless on the White House lawn, which is kind of funny because there's that one, it goes along with the one video, this is going with illegal immigrants, of that Democrat who is, you've probably seen it, watering his lawn. It's like,
Yeah.
"We're for illegal immigrants." Like, yeah, they should be allowed to come here. We have the Statue
Okay,
of
well,
Liberty with
Raul takes medicine 3 times a day.
yeah, and the 3 immigrants come. He's like, well, they can't be here.
So they're going to stay with you. No, they can't. I don't know who they are.
Now this is mostly a joke, but kind of goes along with it. Joe Biden's like, we can have all these activists. They can go along with it. Doesn't really denounce pedophilia or anything like that. But he goes
You
along.
got a cocaine problem too.
Well, that's his son. But he goes. Well, I think that was crack. But he goes.
No, that was Bush.
With,
No, you're right. It was crack.
yeah. He goes with all these movements, all this crazy stuff, doesn't denounce anything that's over the top until it's on his literal front lawn. Actually, no, it's a south lawn, so at least it's in the backyard. But even so, it's so he can look out the window and goes, oh, boy. Oh, man.
There's a lot.
Can he get him off there? I don't know. Little poor people.
They better not come into my back door.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. They're getting awful close to my back door, man.
I know
So
my brown door is going to turn blue if you get too much into it.
So because he was he was on the
Grandpa, no.
he was,
Probably for the best that his granddaughter doesn't be affiliated with him.
that's 100% accurate. Speculation.
That is 100% accurately speculated.
That's right. Purely speculation. But the fact that then it's right on his front lawn, now the administration has come out and be like, this is despicable. This can't be on here. So now anyone on the right can look at that and go, you know what? I agree with Joe Biden. Joe Biden did the right thing here. Now people on the left, they've come into this weird crossroad. You either argue the right wing for saying Joe Biden's right, or you go against what you always have been doing, be like, Joe Biden's a smart president, he's doing the right thing. So now what do? It's this weird game of mental chess. And
No, the left will be, gotcha, bitch.
it's just one of those things.
Way to go, Joe.
Yeah. So President Joe Biden hosted the event to show the administration's support for the LGBT community. There has recently been a push by some Republican leaders at the state level to restrict drag shows and limit the option of youth who are seeking to transition their gender. Yeah, and that just goes on to.
God.
Okay, yeah, Montoya defended her post on Instagram and Twitter by saying, "Going topless in Washington, D.C. is legal, and I fully support the movement in freeing the nipple." She said,
I'll believe it when KJP is on the podium without a shirt.
She's
not unattractive. She's actually attractive.
Critics of her toplessness affirmed that she is in
Don't
fact...
do it. They'll skipping the record there, buddy.
I'm just letting that one process for a second as I'm trying
She's
to read
really
this.
not. She's like that hot blonde that, Cat's trying to fish her keys off the ground with a coat hanger from inside the car. It's like, raise the window. Let the heat do the work for you.
She said critics of her toplessness affirmed that she is, in fact, a woman, as a man would not face similar pushback. As someone from outside of the community, that's not why there's pushback. It has nothing to do with you being a man or a woman. It's more of a symbolism.
Well, hold on.
Beyond that, it's a respect thing.
Here's the thing. And here's the worst. This is really gonna. Fuck it. Let's dive in.
All right.
Free the nipple. Whether it doesn't matter. Topless is topless.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest issue, and it comes from, I want to say like the 50s and the 60s, the start of the sexual era,
Mm-hmm.
the sexualization era. Breasts became sexualized.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Marilyn.
Huh?
Thank you, Marilyn.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, that chick.
And Raquel Welch. I think she's underrated.
Very, very underrated. Marilyn Monroe had herself a fat ass, though. Oh, that's why I love me a big butt. No, but the only I see the argument from the normalization of anybody being able to be topless,
Nipples?
because
Technically under...
if you-
what's the
so here's the thing
14th Amendment?
here's the thing
Go ahead.
the White House decides to throw a little slip and slide party. I mean, Joe decides to have his granddaughter and all her friends over, and there's little boys, little girls, little girls are in their swimsuits, little boys in their swimsuits. By calling that behavior despicable, hypothetically speaking, if, let's say, Joe threw a slip and slide party on his front yard and invited 500 kids or 100 little kids, the boys would have to wear shirts with their swim shorts. Mm-hmm. But that's not gonna happen. You can see on TV, in photos, on the social media, news, everything that's summer, this, they have fun, go down to a water slide park and have fun. You're going to see little boys in just swim shorts, no shirts. You're going to see little girls in two-piece like youth bikini, youth swimsuits or one-piece youth swimsuits. But now if that same news outlet, let's say Fox, puts out come to Six Flags water park or Great Escape water park this summer, look at all the families having fun, and you see 30 little kids from Mrs. Ackerknacker's kindergarten class all wearing swim shorts, and you know half of them are girls and half of them are boys.
Right.
That news channel is going to jail for distribution or for displaying
Yep.
underage adult material.
Right. Technically, that's underage, but if you're just talking about the Free the Nipple Act anyway, technically under the 14th Amendment, if men can go around topless, then with the 14th Amendment, then women should be able to too.
I 100% feel no more topless. Anything.
Wait, like, so...
Men and women.
No. Like, are we talking about like a Puritan standpoint?
No, you can wear yourself a muscle shirt. You want to wear an A shirt, be my guest.
Oh, okay.
But
But say we all have to go back to nothing, like not even ankle showing.
I just want to wear the golden buckles on my boots. No. Nobody. No more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fucking just end the whole fucking argument.
Be like a parent with two siblings arguing. You just take away the games. Like, fine, done.
Because here's the thing, and this is why I'm saying this. I just made a comment, and I'm surprised it hasn't triggered anything like, oh, wait a minute, and just to catch a hole in like your eye. Here we are with the LGBT community, whatever, and pedophiles, MAPS, trying to get in on that movement. Mm-hmm. Women, I'm not saying, this is why I'm saying men and women need to no longer be allowed topless. Mm. It starts out with, let's say, women getting, trans women, whatever, getting what they want. And they can walk down the street topless and nobody even beats an eyelash. How long before MAP Media pops up and starts showing kids on national television enjoying the water park all topless? It's a fucking slippery slope right down the devil's hole.
For sure.
This is why I say end the fucking argument now. Everybody wear a shirt from now on. No way fans are fucking butts about it. Fucking cut it off now.
Yeah,
because we made jokes about it in the past, and look what fucking happened. The pedophiles are trying to get in on the LGBTQ movement and trying to get trying to normalize pedophilia. It starts out with everybody being able to be topless above age, but that is not fair that my 5-year-old daughter has to run around in a one-piece swimsuit when little Jimmy John over there is running around in swim shorts. She should be able to run around in swim shorts. And now everybody's watching my home videos on Facebook or MySpace.
If you had the choice between the two, continue in the direction we're going by normalizing less and less being worn and younger and younger youth being exposed to God knows what, or going in the opposite direction and becoming basically the reemergence of the Puritan society from like the 1600s, what direction do you go? One, you know that at the very least, the path we're going down will be dramatically slowed. And the other one is we have no fucking idea. I can't even say that. We know where it's going to lead to.
We know where people are going to try to steer it.
We have no fucking idea how quick it's going to go there. Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it. We know what direction it's going to be tried to be influenced to go. Because it's happening right now in real time.
Yeah.
You can't argue. There's no argument there at all. It's happening in real time.
It has
So
to be one extreme or the other.
Yeah, we either go Puritan, like skirts go cover the ankles,
Or straight up walk around.
or it just goes, pretty much it just goes what direction we're going right now.
If I had to choose, I'd go the Puritan route. I hate to say it,
I've
but I would go that because at least then, all of this shit, the child pedophile rings, child sex trafficking rings, whatever.
Right. I stole that question, and every answer I've heard to this point has been just that.
I got to fact check something. My producer just sent me a pretty
Go for it.
pretty logical opinion. I don't know if he researched it or not, but
For what? I don't know what
the opinion is little boys are more targeted or sought after by MAPs because they can have their shirts off. Now, what's the percentage of male versus female?
I don't know. I don't even know if I want that search on my phone.
Yeah, I don't even want. Nobody put that search on your phone.
Oh, someone else can do it and get back to me, but
That'd be great.
that's a hard one.
I don't even want.
I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
I don't even want to incognito mode that shit.
Yeah, because I don't think that really matters. Fucking that incognito mode. It's like, oh, like it's like.
But okay, you know what's funny with that statement? When you stop and think about it, the majority of what you hear about for child sex trafficking up until late with Epstein and forward, before Epstein. Okay, so we're gonna call it
So we're talking like 2016 and
BJ or AJ. Before Jeff or after Jeff? AJ, it's mixed, 50-50. You hear a lot of stuff.
yeah, BJ's fitting. Yeah, go ahead.
AJ, you're hearing a lot of mixed. Little girls, little boys. BJ, what was the biggest thing you were hearing about in the news all the time? The church. Little boys being molested. Little this. The majority of what you heard about was more
I
boy-oriented.
think that was
That might have been
circumstantial, though.
I would say that might have been media steering.
Because that was not even media, because that's circumstantial, because in the Catholic Church it's altar boys in that position. They were the ones that were there in the position to fall. This is almost victim blaming, but they were almost there in that position
dressing like
while
sluts.
all these priests with that's who they were exposed to.
Yeah.
It wasn't girls, it was boys. So when that came across the news, it was reported on as what it was. And across the board, that's what you got in that religion. AJ, after Jeffrey Epstein, it was Epstein Island, which had nothing to do with the Catholic Church. That was primarily, it was young kids and women. So a lot of women were put into the mix. So
Yeah, enough pedophiles were feeling pretty gay just touching boys, so they wanted to start touching girls.
it was, again, I think that was more circumstantial. So is one targeted more than another? I'm sure there's numbers somewhere out there.
Get back to us on that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's numbers somewhere out there that can distinguish what. But I mean, with the audio we were listening to last week with Ryan Montgomery, a lot of those cases were young girls. So again, even that I think is circumstantial. It's just like if this fucking demented parent has a boy, then that's what he's going to push off into the dark web. Or not even the fucking dark web, like this one.
Instagram.
Yeah. Or if they have a girl, then that's what it's going to be.
Twitter.
So, I honestly, for that part of fucking whatever evil satanic bullshit like movement it is, I don't really think it matters whether it's man or boy.
Well, I wouldn't put the word satanic on there.
It's whatever it is.
Because according to the satanic religion, they're more about peace, love, and harmony.
Well, I'm sure. But
they just require the blood of a virgin.
Yeah. whatever it is, I think that's circumstantial as well.
If I bleed out of my butt, does that count? Because that's never been penetrated.
What was that story you were telling me about looking in the toilet after? Anyway, so
I threw up blood. Nice try. There's a difference.
Of course there is.
One I can remember. The other I repressed.
Father, no.
No. You used foul language in the presence of a lady. No, Daddy, no.
Anyway, going all the way back.
Sorry.
Zero intention of trying to be vulgar or be profane in any way, adding that she covered her nipples with her hands in the video just to play it safe. Yes, that's true, but there were other trans in there that did not do that. Trans men who had clear surgery scars, but nothing was covered.
See,
but they're men.
But I literally, we have a few lakes around us. You know what I'm talking about? Some of the one state park. There's a few lakes around us.
Right.
During the summer, just last summer, I remember at the state park going out towards the Hall of Fame area. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There was a few bodies walking around with mastectomy scars.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't beat an eyelash. And why? Because in my eyes, all right, you went through the surgery. You're a trans man. Have fun. Good on you. I got no interest in looking at you.
I don't
But if
give
I
a
saw a pair of boobs,
I don't give a shit. What's that ball?
normalize the bolds. Right, Dylan? Oh, so we had dinner out tonight really quick, and I had a Mountain Dew. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
First one I had all day. Actually,
All day?
2 days. First one I had in 2 days.
I've had a Mountain Dew and fucking probably.
So
anyway,
I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, cool, Pride of America. Roll it around. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize transmission fluid came in new containers. It was a Budweiser glass.
oh really?
Get it? Transmission fluid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, when do they do away with the plastic containers?
Oh, speaking of, I guess now this might be a stretch. The way it was explained, I guess Yingling was sponsoring a drag show for all ages or something to that effect. But the way it was explained to me is it was Yingling. It was a venue that had Yingling either owned by them or had Yingling in the title of the venue. So they were promoting, the venue specifically was promoting all age trans drag shows or what have you. So I guess, but Yingling put up a tweet promoting it, and then when it was brought to their attention about like what exactly it was, the tweet was taken down like within 24 hours. So because of that, I'm like, well, did they know about it? Did they not know about it? Like, I don't know. Maybe they took it down because of the backlash. People are like, wait a fucking minute here. Just a side note to that.
I like Yingling, too. It's actually a good lager.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, and I was like, Yingling. Where'd that originate from?
It's America's oldest beer.
It was Massachusetts?
I don't know.
I can't remember either.
Got you.
I don't know if it was Mass or Vermont. I know it's only in the Northeast. At least it was at one time. Nose is dry. God, I hope so.
Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? All right.
The story of America's oldest brewery began when David G. Yingling
That's right.
arrived from Württemberg, Germany, to settle in the sleepy coal mining town of Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Right. All right, so it wasn't Massachusetts. But this wasn't Massachusetts.
Just as crazy as a state, though.
Right.
Holy shit.
Massachusetts middle school students tear down rainbow decorations and chant their pronouns are USA during Pride celebration. Officials slam intolerance and homophobia. Students at Marshville Simons Middle School in Burlington, Massachusetts were asked to wear rainbow-colored shirts to school to celebrate Pride on June 2nd. However, a student-led protest broke out where they destroyed pride decorations, threw stickers on the ground, and chanted "My pronouns are USA." Officials are now calling the school district to reinstate the DEI board because of the display of intolerance and homophobia.
Disciplinary education, or no, DEI. Fuck. I actually used to know that, what that meant. Never mind, continue, I'm sorry.
Massachusetts middle schoolers tore down pride decorations and chanted their pronouns were USA in a striking protest after they were asked to wear rainbow colors to school. Students at Marshville Simmons Middle School in Burlington, Massachusetts were asked to wear these colors to celebrate Pride Month, but a pre-planned protest broke out with students tearing up pride flag stickers and chanting USA are my pronouns. Decked out in red, white, and blue, the students destroyed the decorations lining the hallway. The student-organized Spectrum group displayed, including a quote, the American playwright Tennessee Williams signage saying the school was a safe space and equality for everyone decorations. I was shocked and horrified, Nilla Elmstrom, a parent of the LGBT student, said at a town hall meeting after the protest. Parents have told local news outlets their straight identifying students said that they felt forced to participate and were offended by the Tennessee Williams quote that reiterated the human heart is curved like a road through mountains and only lines and streets can be straight.
So because some students didn't want to rock a rainbow, they're not homophobic.
Yeah. My daughter just said, "You know, Mom, that's offensive to me. I am straight," Christine Steiner told WCVB. Some of the kids threw the stickers on the ground, but I can only speak for my daughter. She just didn't want to hear that to school. It's not that she wanted to hurt anybody's feelings. However, Burlington Public Schools said in a letter to the parents that the district is obligated to provide a safe environment for all students to feel safe, seen and respected without retaliation. I recognize that discussions and celebrations of individual identity are complex and impacted by individual values, religions, and cultural norms, the result of which may include expression of racism, anti-religious hate, ableism, and in this case, homophobia, Superintendent Eric Conti wrote. I don't know if it's so much homophobia and ableism and any of this racism, anti-whatever. I think it's just the fact that, much like most adults, the best explanation I've ever heard for this was in regards to like the entire community getting their own month and being put up on a pedestal more so than like the black community during Black Pride Month.
Black History Month.
Yeah, Pride. Being put on a pedestal 10, 20-fold and almost can do no wrong no matter what they do. I think people are getting sick of having this whole movement shoved down their throat to such an extent that you want to be recognized as an equal, but you demand treatment as a superior to
Preferential.
everyone around you. Like you have to be in the front of the line, screaming, "Here I am, here is me." Worship what I do and what I claim to be. Oh, that's a rhyme.
I was to say, is that actually what it is? Because that was pretty good.
But that's what it seems.
LGBTQ PR here, folks.
Yeah, but that's what it seems. Like, we only want to be... And if anyone comes down on it, it's either this is hate speech or you're trying to put us down at the bottom of the barrel. And it's like, that's not what it is.
So let me ask you something.
There it is.
Because to be honest, all right, I'm gonna give you a little I'm gonna give you a couple different scenarios from
What hump?
Red. racism and gay pride.
Mhm.
Growing up, some of the places, I cut my teeth in. I grew up with every demographic of person, every ethnicity you can imagine. To be honest,
Pakistani?
got a lot of people, a lot of different people, a lot of different ethnicities.
I talk to a lot of them now.
I can genuinely say I saw everybody get treated like shit.
I was going to say, probably like shit.
Didn't matter if you were black, Asian, Hispanic, Mediterranean, Eastern European, Asian, doesn't matter. African, you name it. Doesn't matter. I saw people getting profiled of every skin color.
It's almost like
So,
people are shitheads.
In me personally, I understand there are racist people out there.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that racism exists or is a major problem is like trying to say, do you remember how back in the 90s, global warming, our lifetime, we're going to feel it, we're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, this is a
God, that goes all the way back to this. Well, actually, in the 70s, it was global cooling, but same idea.
There are racist people out there that do some fucking stupid, horrific,
Of course there
atrocious things that should not be condoned. I do not condone that. But to say America is inherently racist, I don't believe that.
It's not. It's fucking not
It's
at
not.
all.
So, to the pride thing, you want your month, you got your month. You want you want to be recognized? Hey, I see you over there waving the flag. I'll even wave at you.
Mhm.
But if I want to go to the local Starbucks, if I want to go to the local Starbucks and get a cup of coffee on Broadway, and I have to walk through your gathering, and here I am in my normal attire, blue jeans or blue or black jeans, black, blue, or gray t-shirts, and my fucking trucker's cap. If I can walk through and somebody, hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, how you doing? What are you up to? Go and get a coffee. Hey, enjoy the coffee. Hey, thanks. Enjoy your parade. Or enjoy your gathering. Enjoy your pride. Fucking perfect. The problem, and it goes back to this story that's going on. The problem is you can't force it on people. Mm-hmm. Like how many of these movements, how many of these protests, how many of these gatherings, these demonstrations have taken place where people are just walking through and they get berated or even physically attacked for not stopping and supporting.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're fucking up. And I'm not saying the entire community. I'm talking about the extreme ones, the extreme members.
Well, that's what we talk about mostly on the show. It's just the extreme fringe, fucking crazy. That gives the entire movement a bad name. But that goes for religions. That goes for the Antifa community. That goes for
Black Lives Matter community.
That goes for this. It goes for all Republicans, Democrats, left, right,
liberal, green. Take your pick.
That's the problem. But specifically in this movement,
I'm not wearing mullet.
Specifically in this movement, I really think it's which really goes along with what you said. What I said prior is it's just that group that is pushing themselves to be ahead of everyone all the time. It's like you have to affirm we exist, which everyone fucking does. And if you say anything that they don't like, well, then you are either denying trans people exist, which no one says that, or you are saying hate speech. It's which has been said many times, speech that you hate is not hate speech. It's not. Yeah. You might not like what comes out of my mouth. I don't think that's accurate. And that doesn't make it, well, you're a racist or whatever the fuck.
My biggest thing is if I walk through and I'm not wearing a rainbow and you say, why aren't you wearing a rainbow? I just don't like rainbows.
I don't want it.
No, I just don't like rainbows.
Oh, the protection of Christ? Yeah, that's a good idea.
But
That's what it means.
a rainbow?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Protection of
I just
Jesus.
don't like rainbows are cool to look at. I don't like rainbows on anything. Not flags, not fucking toys, not in cartoons.
Hot take.
No, dude, I'm not even fucking joking.
You don't like the Care Bears?
That was the one fucking Care Bear I didn't like.
But
Rainbow Bear? Honestly, it was the one Care Bear. And don't get me started on the Care Bear cousins, because they were the only fucking cool ones.
What hump?
So,
Okay, that's right. I need a little spinner on this, I feel. I didn't feel like it's right.
but two things. One, just let me be. I'll fucking donate to your cause, for God's sakes. I will help fund your fucking next Pride rally.
Right.
Just if I walk through and I'm not wearing a rainbow and I get asked why and I say I don't like rainbows, if I get called homophobic, oh, sweetie, it'll be the first fucking Pride rally you see gay men running, because I am stripping down naked and I am popping a Viagra and I'm poking everybody that's in front of me.
I don't think he understands how this works. He says that, starts to act it out, scene cut. This isn't the way I envisioned this.
And two, in case, I don't know if you caught me, I kind of jumped back from the mic. I said I wasn't wearing a mullet. For some reason, I looked down, I pictured a mullet on the mic. Oh. I actually jumped back for a minute.
Dude,
I fucking hate mullets.
everybody,
Fuck off.
I need to find
Fuck
a
off.
microphone mullet cover.
Fuck off.
Because this guy is going to have it. And then I'm going to get a mullet wig. That's what I want for Father's Day.
You know what I want for Father's Day?
What? Oh.
A slimmer waistline. Zzz. I just my pants back up, sorry.
I see.
No, you don't. You didn't look under the table.
Sorry.
Sorry, it fell on the floor. Just kidding, it's not that big. In fact, fuck you, Mike. Bigger head than I have.
Let's take a hard segue here. Just a right turn. Man, there's an awful lot of breathing during that.
Sorry, it was a little intense.
You're not doing your part to save carbon emissions here.
Shit. Oh, question for you.
I might have an answer.
Logically,
Maybe.
when an Amish man and an Amish woman have dinner, how can you tell if it's a candlelight romantic dinner or just a regular old dinner?
I don't know. Is that a legitimate question you're asking me?
Is it a romantic candlelit dinner, or are they just eating dinner in the light? Should have ended the show on that one. Fuck! That was good.
Yeah, I don't know. Now we got a re-segue.
Let me see it. Okay, I got you.
I don't know.
I nailed the first one this morning. I nailed the first one earlier. Let me see the topic. See if I can come on the subway.
All right. I had it from your breathing.
Oh, easy. You gotta remember. So when we figure out whether that's a romantic candlelit dinner, or an actual just dinner by the candlelight, what do you think they're eating? One of the biggest producers. Remember that myth? Actually, they're probably eating steaks from the cattle. Do you remember that myth that cows release? Well, it's not a myth, but
No, it's not a myth.
cows release more methane gas than humans.
Yeah, and apparently if you look at different satellite imagery, you can see exactly where all of this carbon emission is coming from. And somehow it's worse than vehicles, but it is, I guess. And because of that, Ireland would need to cull up to 1.3 million cattle to reach target limits.
That's a lot of haggis.
That is a lot of steaks that are going to be in my fridge. Not really, it's just way in Ireland, but more than
You
a
can
third.
mail order that shit, can't we?
Maybe.
If we can get soda and fucking panda penis gummy bears from fucking Japan,
So
I expect a fucking Omaha steak from Ireland.
we need to have panda penis gummy bears here on the show now in a dish. So every now and again,
No, there's only one way you can specifically eat them.
you know what? You know what I got to do? I got to get a little cardboard glory hole and have it just sticking through the. Anyway,
Hold on, I gotta get a gummy. No, Charlie, no. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys.
up to 1.3 million cattle would have to be culled in Ireland to reach anticipated government targets for reducing greenhouse gases in the agriculture sector. A new report has concluded. Irish farmers are expected the worst after. I'm not even going to attempt that one.
Let me see it. I want to attempt it. I'm good at this. Michael. Michelle. No, that's Michelle.
Yeah, it is E before A. Martin
I
describes
was
the
to think
report.
about. Oh, you heard it here, folks. I remember something from school, and it wasn't just how to smoke weed. I mean,
a report on KPMG, commissioned by weekly newspapers, the Irish Farmers Journal, as scaremongering.
oh god.
They're actually, I guess, what it's going down here. This is what I looked up. This is what they're talking about. They have to cull 1.3 million. They are killing 200,000 cattle to start their positive influence.
Those motherfuckers. They are gonna have one
Like perfectly,
big ass fucking steak barbecue.
perfectly good cattle too.
Where the fuck are you now, Peter?
Irish agriculture is under a huge pressure. 35% of national greenhouse gases come from the sector, the highest level in Europe, where the average is 11%, and more than 60% of that comes from methane associated with belching by ruminant animals. Those fuckers keep burping. More than 100 countries pledged to reduce methane emissions by 30% by the year 2030. In Glasgow on Tuesday, in an initiative put forward by the U.S. and EU, go figure. Although methane breaks down relatively quickly in the atmosphere, it is more potent greenhouse gases than carbon dioxide. Reducing these emissions has been touted as one of the most immediate opportunities to slow global heating. We need to get rid of fucking burps, farts, and fucking white supremacy. The most dangerous things in the entire globe. Not only in the United States, but apparently in the U.S., we're not going to deal with it though. All you in Europe, you really are the ones that have to fix everything, because we in the United States can't really be fucking bothered by it. It's dangerous, but we're not going to do that shit because we have all the rich people over here. And, you know, the World Economic Forum, they follow all that shit, and we're the important ones. So you understand. Get rid of your shit. Eat crickets. Own nothing and be happy.
I don't want to eat a cricket.
I
again.
think that's basically what they're
I
saying.
think I'd rather eat a penis gummy.
Or something. Or something along those lines.
I have an idea. I want to see what kind of a reaction I get.
Oh boy. I still firmly believe we are in a global cooling. Or not a global cooling. I think we are in a global warming, but it's because we are in the end of an ice age still. But I think that's just me. And that's like not scientific research. It's just scientific research I've heard, and I'm like, that kind of makes more sense. So take that for what it's worth.
You know how you have your Amazon account? You can have one account linked through multiple phones.
Right.
Well, I share this Amazon account with other people.
Oh, jeez.
How many questions do you think would be raised if I just start adding shit like that?
Not enough, so you should add a lot more. That is 100% for sure. Please order that. It's only $4. Are you kidding me?
It could be here in 2 to 3 days. Wow.
So the next show, well, how big are they?
I don't know. I don't want to put a big one in my mouth.
By that picture, it either could be this,
or it could be
like this.
No, it could be. It's probably like your little the squeezy guy. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The squeezable.
Yeah.
It's probably that big.
Please get it, because then we could sit here on the show and just have.
It's half a pound. Not even. Yeah, it's half a pound.
Oh, I bet. That's a lot of fucking.
6 delicious flavors.
That's a lot of gummy.
No, they're marshmallows. Oh my god!
Oh, they're marshmallows? I'm unhealthily excited by this. What's it mean? You'll see the next
Nope.
time we have a show if he gets it.
We're gonna get 2 of these.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
You're going to have to tune in for this one.
I don't know. This is gonna take a lot of work for me to. This would take a lot of work, I think, for both of us to eat on the show.
All right, what is it? Oh, I can down that. Listen, you had a popsicle before, and that was suggestive. Just imagine that.
Yeah, but this is veiny. It's so. Oh my god!
What the
It
fuck?
comes in different sizes. Look at this photo.
What the fuck is that thing?
Now, when he says that during the joke, it's no longer a joke.
That's $11 for one.
You see the one on the far right? Left?
How
It's the size of her forearm.
how long is that? Let's see. If we'll say she's 5'6".
Hold on. Yeah, she's 5.
That's got to be that fucking long.
Bigger. Watch it, producer.
I understand. It's. I'm kind of jealous.
I'm emasculated by it. And I'm looking at an Amazon
So
video.
now you have to get it and sit here, and while you're having your lollipop, you also feel bad about yourself. What the fuck? This
What else?
show took a weird fucking turn.
It did.
So I'm gonna make it turn back to the normal dark what the fuck instead of that weird what the fuck.
Killing some cows.
Hot no, well yeah. So
You can get horny goat weed. Continue.
I've had that before. It's kind of a mild testosterone booster. It's been in different supplements I've taken. Oh, it works.
What do you know?
I wonder how long it'll last. How long does the erection last?
Anything after 12 hours.
If you're
just go to
dead,
bed.
12. It was supposed to be 4. If it's 12 hours, you.
I gotta see a doctor.
Well, don't go to Harvard Medical School
No, why do you say that?
because apparently a Harvard Medical School a morgue manager is accused of selling body parts. A former Harvard Medical School morgue manager has been accused of stealing and selling body parts donated to the institution as part of a nationwide scheme from 2018 through 2022, prosecutors announced on Wednesday. Cedric Lodge, 55, and his wife, Denise Lodge, 63, of Goffstown, New Hampshire, were indicted with several others by a federal jury in Pennsylvania and faced charges of conspiracy and interstate transport of stolen goods, per a Justice Department statement, which said the school was a victim in this case. Lodge, who managed the morgue from the anatomical gifts program at Harvard Medical School in Boston, Massachusetts, allegedly stole organs and other body parts donated for medical research and education before their scheduled cremations, per the statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Middle District of Pennsylvania. I wonder if they use some of these parts to make molds for those lollipops you were just looking at prior. Is the yellow one banana? Serious question. Maybe blueberry.
I think that's what the black girl was licking, the blueberry one.
Lemon.
No, it was blue.
Yeah. What other?
The white girl was the one eating the red one.
What do you think that is? You think it's like hot, spicy cinnamon?
I think it's sex ketchup.
So it's definitely cinnamon. Makes your mouth burn after.
Tastes like pennies.
Copper? So it's Italian. What the fuck? That's not funny.
True.
I mean, I suppose it is true.
So they were selling organs.
Yes.
Shit. How do you... You know what? People have searched weirder fucking things on the internet. Where to buy body parts. Could I buy an ass? I mean, you know, I have a buddy who likes to play with butts, so...
What?
Ass play.
Let me run down this. This is just stuff that's going on the last few hours. Catholic protesters gather and march outside Dodgers Stadium in opposition to Pride Night. Was that one Dodgers baseball player that was on social media maybe like a month or so ago? He made, or not a month, a couple weeks ago. He made some comment. And I don't know, it was about kids or something like that. And then he went back and redacted it all. He's like, oh, I apologize for, maybe it's in the article.
I think, 'cause doesn't he say something about leave the kids alone?
Well, that was Nick Merckx.
Oh, yeah.
That we covered last week.
Yeah.
And now all of his friends told him to like take their skins off.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
He's actually got a lot of support.
Yeah, he's got my support.
Oh, yeah.
Because one, either way you look at it, whether it was for the drag shows and all that kind of stuff, and like, yes, I'm 100% behind that. But even it's being that it's not, nothing wrong was said. So there's no reason for anything to happen to him. So he's got my support in that aspect too.
100%.
So I don't really see where anyone would not support him. You know, although I guess I argue myself because where we're at right now, everything that's happened is like, what the fuck? Florida man sentenced nearly 5 years for attacking police officers during January 6th riots.
Oh, really quick, you hear about Dwaynesburg? The sheriff that got shot?
Up here? No.
Oh, yeah, it happened today.
Really?
During a routine traffic stop.
Up in Dwaynesburg?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Right on I-88. It's fucked up, dude. That's our back door. That's our backyard.
No, yeah, it's only like a half hour or so away. No,
There's an ongoing investigation as to what happened.
I figured because it just happened today, so.
But it's fucked up. That's almost our backyard, dude. When this shit was down in like other places, you know, your heart goes out for them. Very tragic, very unfortunate, bad stuff happening around the country.
Right.
But, and maybe this is superficial of me to say, but we live in that small community kind of area where, you know, a lot of these things, a lot of the going-ons in the world, you know about. And you could feel one way or another towards them, but you really, in your lifetime, well, growing up, there was very few instances where we were going to have to deal with it.
Right.
But now, it's like not gonna. Like I said, it's right now. It's right. It's like the neighbor from Home Improvement.
Right.
He's on the other side of the fence.
Oh, Wilson?
That's our backyard.
Yeah.
He's on the other side of the fence. That's literally that took place on the other side of our fence in our backyard.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised. For whatever reason,
Wilson shot a cop? It was weird too.
Yeah, that is weird. Just scrolling down before we went on that.
Sorry.
I saw this and I was like, well, there it is. There's the start of pushing for whatever. Gas stoves rise indoor levels of cancer-causing benzene, study finds.
Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, and having sex while you're camping is intense.
It is.
Surprise, fucking surprise.
It's intense like camping.
You have a fucking gas source of any fucking nature in a confined space, you're gonna be exposed to levels of chemicals that could be potentially hazardous. Every fucking firefighter, every fucking police officer gets sprayed in the face with mace. Every freaking gas stove. Every fucking time you're parked behind a big rig. Every time you're parked, you're sitting in front of your AC or your whatever. It doesn't matter. We're all exposed every fucking day to all kinds of shit that can give us cancer.
Yeah, especially in the fire industry. There's a lot of people go up to like really after a fire's out in the fire industry. Right, this is like a refresher, but I think it's up to 72 hours the off-gassing,
Yep.
all the shit that comes off, everything that's out, because most of your stuff in your house is a petroleum-based product. Your couches, the stuffing inside of them, rugs, carpets, all the finish on all
mats,
the mats, the finish on your furniture, it's all petroleum-based products. So the shit that comes off that when it burns is toxic as all fucking get out.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, in the fire industry, when you have bunk gear, when you have gear of any nature that is exposed to a fire,
Structure fire specifically.
Well, no, car fires, structure fires.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
even like some forest fires.
yeah.
There's a lot of carbon that comes off. What's the main component? What's the main chemical that comes off like burnt charcoal wood? Is it carbon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavy levels of that can kill you. You need. There's actually specific washing gear appliances for fire gear, and they tell you.
Yeah, because the shit will just sit in your washing machine and actually contaminate the rest of your clothing.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we get on that? Oh, the gas stove thing.
Gas
yeah.
stove, yeah, sorry.
So there was a couple in Florida that got arrested for $2 million worth of COVID relief fraud. Boy, who didn't see that coming?
What?
Oh, apparently the transgender activist apologizes for going topless at the White House.
I did hear something about that.
Yeah.
After I saw the notes. Yeah.
Grammys. Only human creators eligible to win. Recording Academy says response to AI. That's another thing too, because once I get going down this AI thing, you're going to get to the point, and it's already getting there, where they already have Midjourney is the other one I was talking about last week. There's the AI. There's 11 Labs.
Oh yeah,
that's the audio
yeah.
one, and there's a whole bunch of different image creators, but Midjourney is the video one, and it gives you really good like quality images and video clips. But how long until we can just make our own movie, basically? Like I always say, what would be fucking awesome is, oh man, if you inject the Ghostbusters in any of these fucking supernatural or horror movies, I'm like, that would be awesome. It would turn it into a horror comedy. Like everything would be the Evil Dead Ghostbusters. And then I could just make, oh man, it'd be awesome if Ash Williams and the Ghostbusters were working together to take out all these fucking like Jason and The Conjuring and all this shit. I was like, how fucking cool would that be? Well, you could make it with all like in the future, and the way we're going, it's months rather than years. I mean, it really could be, but you're gonna have all these ideas out there, and all you did was just type it in a computer, and boom, you have a feature-length film. Well, now that basically puts directors and writers and all of them out of business. Like, you're not gonna need all that because you have a computer program that you could literally type it in and render it within minutes. Which is awesome, but what that also could do is flood the market, and there'll be so many fucking ideas. Like it's hard enough now with so many movies out there. Like this is impossible to watch all these movies.
Well, look at the Marvel cinematic universe.
Yeah, I gave up on that like a year ago.
They've got
after Endgame, I was like, where do you go from here? And I see like I watched Loki. And I'm like, well, that's good. Like, I had high hopes, and WandaVision is like, that was awesome. And then, really, when Moon Knight came out, I'm like, I just don't care. And then I watched, the Hawkeye, and I'm like, eh. And I started, to me, it just started to kind of fall off. And then with this Black Widow movie that came out, and I was like, I don't really care about that. And just more and more. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was expecting something else, and I watched it. I'm like, I just don't care about this. I just keep falling off more and more and more.
Well,
and She-Hulk, that was the last one I tuned in to watch. And that was one where like, you know what? I think I'm done. I just don't care. And there's a couple Marvel, like, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
That was good.
I was expecting way more. I think I built that up way too much in my own head.
You know what?
And I watched it. And
I went in with the opposite approach. I thought Doctor Strange was good. Very good, very well done. Then the sequel was announced, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Only because they did a very good job with the first one.
Right.
Very good job. So if I expected anything better and was disappointed, I was gonna be disappointed.
I think it's because the angle they're approaching with the multiverse thing, I was expecting a way crazier fucking story, and I didn't get that. And I'm like, ugh. And I knew exactly what I built it up way too much. It was like...
I just like Zombie Strange. That was a funny part.
Zombie Strange is cool, but yeah, I think I just built it up way too much and expected more than what was in the movie. But I understand why they didn't. Because you don't want to give everyone's like your grand finale in the fucking first act, you know?
Oh yeah.
So, but again, like I haven't seen Quantumania yet, and that was another one where I'm like, that could be awesome.
Oh,
and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I just haven't. I almost reinstated my Disney account just to watch Quantumania, but then I'm like, honestly, the only thing that stopped me was like, I don't want to type in all that shit, so I just didn't. That's just way too much commitment.
Well, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
You saw the next phase, right? How they announced the next phase?
Phase, what is it, 5 now?
Phase 6.
I mean, they mentioned 6 a year and a half or so ago.
Phase 6 is gonna be Avengers: The Secret Wars.
Yeah, I knew about the Secret Wars. That's with the what's the alien race there? The Crawl or whatever they're called. I can't remember. That's part of that's Secret Invasion.
That doesn't sound right.
That's Secret Invasion. Secret Wars is where all of them get transported to that like planet,
and they all have to fight.
Yeah. I knew about Secret Wars too, but Secret Invasion is the one with I think it's the Crawl. And that's the one where it's basically an NWO or like New World Order kind of thing where the Crawl infiltrate like government positions, like governmental figures and everything, and they try to basically take over the planet Earth. Like that's what Secret Wars is. That's coming out, should be fairly quick here. If it's not already out, I have no fucking idea.
So,
but yeah, Secret Wars, I have no idea how they're going to build up to that, but
hold on. Yeah, because I remember the Secret Wars. Yes.
Yeah, that's an older one. What's that, from the 70s or something like that?
84.
84?
Yeah,
that's right. It was 80. Yeah. I just try to remember the comic book strips and the art style.
That's right. The Beyonder.
Was.
Secret Wars opens up with a being from beyond, so far beyond they choose to call themselves the Beyonder. They wish to see how good and evil work when it comes to humans, so they kidnap a bunch of good guys and a bunch of bad guys.
That's the Watcher. I'm thinking of like what the Beyonder looks like.
Oh yeah,
like the living
and dump them onto a
Watcher.
hodgepodge world made of various other planets called Battle World.
Right.
Where everyone would show which was the better force and would win some kind of nebulous prize. Also, Galactus was there. I remember that.
I just don't see Galactus being... I think they're going to... Here's my problem with just this. Kang the Conqueror is the next baddie for this next like series of phases here. Which you're putting your chips, a lot of chips on the table, and believing that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to go a long time because you're not using Galactus as the next big bad. Which that's like one of the biggest. I mean, there's other beings out there in the Marvel Universe that are worse than Galactus. But as far as like the normal average viewer, Galactus is like one of the guys. Especially because Thanos was at one point in the comics the herald for Galactus after Silver Surfer broke away from Galactus than Thanos was for X amount of time. I don't know. What the fuck are we talking about? How do we go from pedophiles to...
Marvel
Damn.
Cinematic Universe.
Oh, that's right. Because Disney fucking harbors them, and they're running the show. And I'm afraid that Indiana Jones, this next one, is going to be a woke something or other.
Did you see? Speaking of Dial of Destiny,
Terrified
did you
of
see the red carpet preview or premiere, whatever? Short Round shows up and he starts talking. He's like, Dr. Jones.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones, hold on to your potatoes.
Even as an adult, even as an older man now, it's like, oh, that brings me back.
It does, especially in the Goonies, 1985.
Yep.
This is a year later in that movie when he was Data.
Booby traps. Booty.
Yeah, booby traps. Booby traps. That's what I said. I said the booby traps. Be quiet. Shh. Oh, I'm going to watch the Goonies.
Oh, good movie. Ruth.